Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports. So this is a video dedicated to the railbus, my very first scratch built project on the railway. So on a post the other day I was mentioning that I wanted to test to run this and the motor had got jammed, so I used a toothpick to unblock the commutator and got a bit stuck onto the brushes. So seeing it was open, I said, right, this way we'll actually talk about it and show you the innards of this scratch built model. So I'm going to try and keep things short and sweet because I would like to get some train running done, seeing the boards out. So in a few words, if you go on my Instagram page, you'll see all the photographs of the making of this model here. I am actually going to assemble them all into a video with a voiceover where I explain it. I'll do it on Clideo, the online video editing platform, and load that video when I've got some time. Anyway, a few words about the chassis. You can see that it's made in balsa. I made a balsa chassis. The original plan was to recycle the chassis of the donor locomotive. I made a mistake and the body was too tall and it was enormous, so I had to change the plan en route and make a balsa chassis, which was a very good idea. The balsa chassis, you can see, is cut to fit round the motor, and the motor is held in place by these styrene lugs under here with its original screws. Now, seeing the motor was open, seen it was dismantled, I lubricated all the gears again with technical petroleum jelly. I put a mix 50-50 mix of technical petroleum jelly and sewing machine oil in the motor bearings, and I also lubricated the back of the flanges to help the pickup from these two pickups here, the pickups of the driven wheels here, the ones with the gears. Instead, these are the insulated wheels, and here instead we have axle pickups. So I added a wee bit of technical petroleum jelly there, runs smoother and it picks up electricity better. Having discarded the idea of using the original chassis, at the end I had to make a sort of subframe under the chassis, let's say, to cover the mechanism, where we have a radiator. This is made with some styrene and tulle, fuel tank with a very big cap, that's a piece of sprue, and the battery box here, and the same thing is also on the other side, only that here I put too much glue, the radiator didn't come very well, and that's that. Axle boxes and springs were donated by a toy range Lima, very brittle Lima Coca-Cola wagon, which is under there in a box. I could show you it once. Anyway, and everything was painted black, brush painted, Vallejo, etc, etc. Let's talk about the bodywork. Here's the bodywork, you can see it. Inside we see 8 tire weights for a total of 160 grams, 20 grams each. You can see that I painted the interior panels black and then green on top of the black to stop light from seeping through, because I decided to fit lights. And here's the lights. The lights are 2 side light bulbs or dashboard bulbs, 1970s range more or less. I think these come from a Dacia car, an old Dacia 1300, Renault 12. The same stuff was fitted, the same models were fitted to all cars in the 1970s. Side lights are dashboard bulbs. I had these when I used to have a Fiat 238 van. And I simply soldered the cables directly to the bulbs, put some heat shrink in position, and I didn't have model railway spec cables at the time. I used telephone cable, which is good because telephones run on a 24 volt system and it's good enough for working on 12 volts. These plastic these are let's say that the bulb holders are 2 plastic caps of 2 tubes for these kind of things here. These are granule tubes. These are granules I take I have problems with some muscular rigidity to the legs and things like that. It's like arnica and the like. Very good. It's good. It helps me very much. But always keep the tubes because it could be very useful for modelling. And that's it. So that's a chassis. And here's the bodywork. The bodywork, you can see, it was a pretty complicated job because this was designed to fit on top of the original chassis, and it's full of made in the walls here, then the vestibules. These are the lugs I fitted to screw it onto the chassis. It's held in position by these two screws here. These are the screws. These are screws from an electrical socket, the ones that hold the electrical socket into the wall box. They fit into those those metal L-shaped lugs. You screw the electrical socket into the wall box with. So never throw screws away. Always useful. Your own hardware box will be very useful even in modelling. And what else can I say about this? Another thing. Last night, seeing it was dismantled, I decided to fit some decals. I actually made a video about that. It will be coming up shortly. Because among the material I got from France, from the unknown French craftsman, as I call him, there was lots of details and transfers, and I realized I had plenty of number 2 second class, because these and the electrical warning hazard sign, this is based on a CFR, sort of loosely based on a CFR class 77, which are marked second class, and they have the electrical warning hazard sign on the door. Also with the writing "Fericive der Ritzaude Kontakt." So caution, pay attention to the contact line. Of course, there's no space for writing here, I just put it on there. So I did that last night in a video all about applying decals with my rather awkward way of doing it. Anyway, that's a video to look forward to. So I'm just going to show you very quickly this thing here running on the layout without the body, and this way you can see how it goes. So bear with me. And let's hope this video works because it's already failed twice. Okie doke, on we go. I'm going to go in the siding now. Very good on points, very good on diamond crossings. So it's an excellent chassis. The important thing is to keep it well lubricated, and it'll serve you well, nice and smooth running, and quiet as well. Limas are noisy because of the gears and because of the rotor bearings. But if you lubricate things properly, Limas are very nice, quiet motors and very, very reliable. So that's all for the moment. Next video, the reassembling of this. Now I want to do something else. You can see there's some Italian State Railways carriages and things. I'm trying to take advantage of daylight, because then this board here later in the day has to get dismantled, put back behind that door over there, because I've got the builders coming in the living room and kitchen tomorrow, and this place will turn into a depot. Okay, see you shortly. Ciao, ciao.